There are several examples of peer facilitated decision support interventions in the research literature. The most well established and extensively researched of these interventions is Pat Deegan's Common Ground, which combines digital technology and peer support to help individuals prepare for psychiatric medication consultations. Peers are primarily responsible for assisting individuals with using a computer based software program that provides education about recovery and elicits individuals' perspectives about their mental health and questions and concerns about their medication. Educational materials within the software program also contain video vignettes from peers about their recovery experiences. And finally, peers are available to individuals after their medication consultations to provide any additional supports requested during the meeting. For example, help with using wellness tools. My colleague Magenta Simmons in Australia and her colleagues were inspired by this process and launched a project called the Choice Project, which evaluated the impact of an online decision support tool and engagement with a peer worker during the intake process at a youth mental health service. Peer workers who were young people with lived experience of mental health challenges greeted young people in the waiting area prior to their first appointment and assisted them with using the decision support tool. The tool gathered information about participants' preferences for treatment and provided education about treatment options available at the service. It also included prompts for young people to discuss the potential benefits and risks associated with each option with their intake clinician. Peer workers were also available after participants' appointments to provide additional support. Podell and colleagues have tested a model called the Bryan Shared Decision Making Model, which consisted of a group intervention that encouraged participants to set recovery goals and educated them about psychiatric medications and included support from a peer support worker and assistance from a nurse with accessing information about medications. The aim of the intervention was to prepare individuals to engage in shared decision making about medication with their psychiatrist. And the peer support worker asked participants about their preferences related to medication and shared their personal experiences with decision making about medication and negotiating and communicating with treatment providers. A final example is one that I'm currently conducting. I'm currently conducting a study of peer decision coaching intervention at the Peace and CMSU Connect to Empower programs in collaboration with my wonderful peer colleagues, Al Rupp and Ahmad Harrington. The intervention was designed to support young adults with early psychosis with making decisions about engagement in early intervention psychosis programs. It's based on intentional peer support principles and the Ottawa Decision Support Framework. It includes the Ottawa Personal Decision Guide that I showed you in an earlier slide. And the peer decision coach builds a collaborative relationship with participants, helps them to identify a specific treatment decision they need to make and what might be needed to make that decision, whether that be information or social support or other things, and then provides tailored support to help address these needs, such as helping young people with accessing information they may need for decision making. You can find out more about these interventions by viewing the articles in the references slide.